The soft hum of the audience filled the massive auditorium as Miguel stepped onto the AGT stage. The lights were overwhelming, brighter than he imagined, hotter than the sun in his village back home. His palms were sweating, his heart pounding so loud he thought the judges could hear it. He swallowed hard, holding the microphone like it was the only thing grounding him. He could feel the famous judges' eyes on him, especially Simon, whose expression was unreadable. Miguel inhaled sharply, gathering the courage that had been hard-earned through nights of singing in dim karaoke bars, holding on to dreams his father once told him were possible. When they asked his name, he could barely get the words out. Miguel, from the Philippines. The crowd clapped politely, but he sensed their doubt. He wasn't flashy, didn't walk in with swagger or glitter, just a simple black shirt and nervous energy. When they asked what he would perform, his voice wavered as he spoke about Elvis, how his father, a tricycle driver back home, used to play old Elvis tapes while fixing his bike late at night, singing along with rough but passionate vocals. When Miguel lost him 2 years ago, those songs became his refuge and his way of still hearing his father's voice in the world. This performance, he said, was for him. Silence fell. A few people in the crowd leaned forward. Someone near the front smiled, touched by the story. Then the music began, the gentle opening chords of "Can't Help Falling in Love." Miguel's hands trembled. His voice came out small at first, delicate like glass that could shatter under the weight of expectation. But slowly, note by note, something changed. The fear loosened its grip. His voice warmed, strengthened, and floated across the auditorium, soft, soulful, thick with emotion. His Filipino accent wrapped around the song in a way that felt natural, heartfelt, uniquely his. When he sang, "Wise men say, only fools rush in," a murmur rippled through the audience. The sincerity in his tone, the vulnerability in his eyes, this wasn't just a performance. It was grief, love, longing, and pride layered in each note. Simon raised his eyebrows, leaning in as if he had just discovered something rare, something precious. Miguel didn't see that. His eyes had lifted toward the stage lights as if searching for his father somewhere beyond them. For a moment, it wasn't AGT. It wasn't America or famous judges or TV cameras. It was him again, a boy singing quietly beside the old radio while his father hummed along. Then the chorus came, and he opened his voice fully for the first time. The sound was powerful, unexpectedly rich. The audience sat stunned. His breath was steady now. Confidence thrummed through his chest like a heartbeat. The music swelled, and he poured everything into it. Every memory, every moment spent believing he wasn't enough, every late night wishing his dad were still here to hear him sing again. As he neared the final chorus, he closed his eyes, holding the last note with a trembling, emotional strength that cut straight through the room. The note floated, ended, and for 1 second, the entire arena held still. Then a burst of applause erupted. Shocked gasps, cheers, whistles. People rose to their feet, clapping wildly. Miguel froze, stunned. He blinked rapidly, realizing slowly, they were standing. They were cheering for him. He lifted a hand to his face as tears pooled in his eyes. His legs felt weak, his throat tight. A judge wiped tears discreetly. The audience wasn't just applauding, they were moved. Some held their hearts, others wiped their faces. Simon stood too, slowly, meaningfully, and Miguel broke completely, covering his face as tears spilled down his cheeks. The host rushed over, placing a comforting hand on his shoulder. Miguel laughed and cried at once, overwhelmed by the moment, by the love pouring from the crowd. When the applause softened and Simon finally spoke, the room quieted in anticipation. His voice was soft, sincere, far from the stern critic the world knew. "Miguel," he said, eyes thoughtful and warm, "there are singers who imitate Elvis, and then there are artists who understand him. You didn't just sing that song, you felt it. You lived it, and we felt it with you." Miguel wiped his eyes again, chest rising and falling in disbelief. Simon continued, "I didn't expect that. But I am so glad you stepped on this stage." Another wave of applause rolled over the room. Miguel nodded, voice shaking as he whispered into the mic, thank you so much." Someone in the crowd waved a small Filipino flag, and he spotted it, his heart swelling with pride. He pointed to it, tears shining. "For my dad," He whispered into the microphone, voice soft, cracking with emotion. "Dad, we made it." The judges delivered their votes, each praising his bravery, his voice, his spirit. A yes. Another yes. Another. Finally, Simon looked at him with a proud smile and gave the fourth yes, the one Miguel had dreamed of more than anything. Confetti lights flickered above, and the cheers rose again. Miguel pressed the microphone to his chest and let the moment wash over him. For the first time since his father passed, he felt truly seen, not just as a boy who dreamt of singing, but as an artist, a son honoring a legacy, a Filipino stepping into the world stage with heart and soul. As he walked off stage, still wiping tears, he whispered again, just for himself this time, "We did it, Papa." And the stage lights faded behind him, but the glow inside him burned brighter than ever, a dream ignited, a voice found, a legacy honored.